Hello,
Hello,
man.
Marianne. Oh, we need to
So,
unmute. Doot.
see if that helps.
Yeah, there we go. There
Okay.
we go.
It's
Hello.
strange. I keep hitting the microphone and it just doesn't it
Yeah,
doesn't do anything.
There we
Uh,
go.
setting
First of all,
things
I
up.
want to say thank you so much for sending me away with that piece of music that Leela brought up last time we met.
Oh,
Because I was having that anger
mhm.
and oh my gosh, it was exhausting. I
Yeah.
exhausted myself and then I went and took a shower and I think I took a nap. So thank you
Wonderful.
very much.
So
Um,
welcome.
anyway, this morning I'm really struggling with everything that's going on in the outside world. I keep reacting to that now. And I think that's part of what I was reacting to last time with the anger. But I just, and I don't know, do I just not ever look at the news? Um, ever. This morning I picked up my phone and it was like right in my face again. And I just, I don't know what to do with it, other than dance it out physically,
Uh,
and the irony is these days usually happen after I have a really good day the day before.
yes.
So
Mm.
I had a great day yesterday. I watched a couple of the lessons from the first Fetter, and
Mm.
I finally was like, wow, I am so much more than this. I really felt that. And
Yeah.
it was
Wonderful.
just like, oh, it was such a release. And then to wake up this morning and see the same shit on the phone
No,
again, maybe
no, 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 no. Let me just bring this into perspective. So yesterday you had the insight of I am so much more than this, right?
right,
Today
right.
the test, today
Yeah.
you have the exam. You
To
have
see
the
if it
exam.
worked.
Yeah.
You're presented with tons of bullshit. You can
Uh-huh.
choose to jump on the bandwagon and you can choose to have that I'm so much more than this.
Okay. Hmm.
Snapping back to it. Come back to
Yeah,
it.
right.
How exactly are you helping on the world situation by stumping about in your little home and being miffed?
Exactly.
You're
Yeah.
so
So I
much
went,
more than this. Stay in that. Stay
okay.
in that expansiveness because it's the expansiveness that is healing the world. You do not
Uh-huh.
heal the world with your anger. You
Right.
heal the world with the expansiveness. And I'm not asking you to bypass or to gaslight or anything like that. If you feel angry, hit a pillow, you know,
Mm-hmm.
break a wooden spoon on a pot, you know, like get it out. Whatever frustration you have, acknowledge it's there, give it
Mhm.
space and get it out, and then get back to that stillness, simplicity, and contentment.
Mm-hmm.
Because we do not know. We do not know. I'm not saying that I'm a fan of racism and misogyny and fascism at all. I'm not pro that at all. I'm just saying
Right.
that my rage and anger is not doing any good. Me being equanimous,
Equanimous, yeah.
me being equanimous and hosting a meeting like this where we talk and lift the entire spirit of everybody here and you go out and being some small sun rays in the world, that has a difference.
Okay.
So
I
be
know.
more
I
than that.
I just need to be slapped up the side of the head or something to wait a minute, don't you remember? But thank you for that that lecture. Um, and the other
Yeah,
thing I want to say is that I finally something happened over the last month. Would say where I'm really starting to feel these emotions in my body instead of
yeah,
in
Nice.
my head all the time, and
Nice.
it's like it's uncomfortable. That's what
Yeah, exactly.
super uncomfortable.
That that is
it's a little uncomfortable to be suddenly gushing um sweat out of your armpits. That
yeah.
maybe I just was never aware of that before. Is that possible?
No, no,
You know,
no. No, you've been holding it in. You've been
uh-huh.
holding it in, but now because you're not judging anymore and there's no limits anymore, you just go like gush. And who knows that this might be anger. You might be sweating anger out because you
Uh-huh.
don't have the limit anymore. It can
Yeah,
be expressed in whichever way it wants. If anger wants to be expressed in sweat, there we
that's
go.
it. Yeah, I know. And this morning, like my whole like chest, it was like a whirlpool of
Yeah.
stuff. My chest, my abdomen, you know, my underarms, and I'm like, are you sure you really wanted this? But no, I'm so grateful. I just want to tell you that. And thank you for giving me the smack up the back of the head that I needed about
Yeah,
the
good, good.
staying in
Yeah,
that
yeah,
gap there.
yeah.
I,
You
I
want
I was
to
going to say too, if you want to take it and make it into a bit of an inquiry and see if you can get something more out of it too. Um, okay. Again, it's coming with the same caveat that you gave, not in any way defending or, any of that, anything that you see going on. But let's, without just bypassing and, hiding your head in the sand,
Mm-hmm.
it's interesting to use this as a tool for our own investigation for
Mm,
this sort of work. So
Mm-hmm.
again, there's like the practical reality of, being in a march and and calling your congressman and doing all of that stuff. And that's like practical real world stuff. If you want to get involved,
yeah, do that.
do that on the way of where we use everything as fodder for some sort of, spiritual growth and understanding. Then when you wake up in the morning and you see the headline and you feel that immediately, that starts up. Notice, first of all, these are literally words on a screen or words on a page. So the meaning of them is literally being fabricated by your mind in this moment, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's an understanding of what those little, black ink smudges or pixels on a screen are making. You are fabricating the meaning of the story, and you are probably in that moment creating a whole sequence of thoughts about the ramifications of this. Oh no, they're doing this, and that means this is going to happen, and this is going to happen, and this is going to happen, and how unfair it is for these people, and you're probably creating a whole narrative about a world that is not currently here in the room with you. So noticing that, okay, first of all, I am launched immediately into the mind, and I'm not actually here where, like, present in the room, in the body, just with what's here. Notice how much of that you're fabricating. And then also, this is where it kind of leads into like a second Feder inquiry. In what way are you feeling particularly reactive about this? Like, how does it relate to you? Because, yes, we often have a rather, you know, compassionate, benevolent kind of, thing to a lot of our concern. But unfortunately, it sounds terrible, but if you look into it, it's probably kind of true. If we side with the idea that, this particular whatever, uh, we side with like the victimization of the story, there's probably part of us that reacts to the idea of being a victim.
Mm,
I am feeling what I think they are feeling, and I don't like that. And that reaction is actually a reaction to our own feeling of being victimized, or
mm,
our own feeling of being unheard, or um, uh, oppressed in some way, or whatever it is. So it's not, yes, there could actually be some genuine concern about the people who are actually experiencing this in real life, but our reactivity is usually to our own personal version of what we're
Mm-hmm.
feeling when we imagine it. And that
Mm-hmm.
gives us the opportunity then to look at, okay, well, that's something that I can work with.
mm,
I can go back and actually heal that part of me that still feels like a victim, that still feels like I have an issue with authority and oppression, that I still feel like I don't have a voice. We have tools for that. So then you can do that kind of work so that you can have that kind of equanimity to read a newspaper article, be like, morally, I know this is not right, and I'm going to do everything I can to try to make the world the way that, it fits my moral value. Fine, great. But you don't have to be doing that from the place of,
Reactive.
and then like
Right.
restraining it and then going to a picket line and yelling at people across because that does absolutely nothing. It just, we have to be able to approach all these things from that place of equanimity if we have any hope of trying to, improve the situation. So it's just an inquiry, invitation to inquiry when we read the news, that there's something there for us to see about ourselves in it.
So it's like a bubble of reality.
It is
Absolutely.
very much the bubble of reality.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Yeah, now I can see that. So thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing.
Yeah, you two are awesome. You know,
Hey, thank you.
Thank you so
really.
much.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
That's amazing.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you.
Look forward to seeing you next time.
Thank you.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Bye.
Keep us posted.
Yeah.
Bye.
There was so much in what you just said.
Thank
There
you.
was so much in what you just said. I can feel that I'm sitting and reflecting. Yeah, I need to reflect more on that. That was really good.
Thanks, babe.
Really good.
And thank you, Leela, for posting the link to the music.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Whenever you guys feel anger or feeling, that arising in you, click on that link and move.
And Deborah said, Todd, that totally rang true for me. The news headline is telling that something is bad. Reminds me of being a child and told I'm in trouble and I don't know what I did wrong.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But also the part that we have talked a lot about, like what you also said with that we're projecting into the future of something where it's worst case scenario. So you have like a headline with Elon has sold all American social security numbers to China, and that and in that moment we're not here.
No.
We are in a thought future of what will happen with our safety and our security when all American social security is sold
Exactly.
to China.
And it's usually about my safety and security, how it's going to affect me and how I
and with
feel.
memories of how it was like what Deborah's saying, when I was a child and my will was not mine. It was somebody else who decided over me and I just had to comply. Yeah.
Exactly.
And that's what we're reacting to.
Yeah, completely.
Absolutely. You're wise.
Thank you, babe.